fun.
This should be on Showtime. My mind
Ooh, he ended in the splits.
Nice. Alright, well, we're starting this episode off early without Rylan, because he's in the bathroom right now. So, is there anything you want to say, Mario?
What? For the bathroom?
No, for the pod. There's gonna be like a little Easter egg for Aggie when he's recording.
Let's do special word.
What special word?
Wicked.
Wicked? Wickety whack, yo. Was good. Okay, so this is gonna be the Angelo only special. Yeah. So basically, hi, I'm Angelo. You know me, guys, it's been 11 episodes. I'm just that dude who's always like talking about school and music and whatnot. You know, I'm chilling. I'll be making the music for this here podcast. I don't know, man. Talk about myself? Like what? I'm 22 years old. I'm about to be 23 in September next year. Oh, this year, because it's 2020 already, bro. I don't know. I can hear Rylan coming back, so I'm gonna act like a good boy and just stay quiet.
Bobby bitch.
Bobby bitch. It's Bobby bitch.
Bobby or Buddy.
Body bitch. Murder
gang. Hey guys, what the fuck is up? Jackie's House Podcast 2020, starting with some chaotic energy.
You already know what the fuck going on.
I'm gonna be doing this podcast from the bed.
Are you?
No.
Cold open, hit that intro
if you're
music.
Gonna say it, I can still cut it out.
Yeah.
What's up?
No, when we say Happy New Year, I have to look like trumpet horn thing.
Did we say Happy New Year?
No, we didn't yet.
3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year! Hey.
That's well.
Damn.
What is this one even? Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know how that intro is gonna sound. Don't really know where I'm gonna cut and what I'm not, but we'll figure it out.
Oh God, sorry.
Hey guys, what's the year, Angelo?
2020.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are in fucking 2020.
The new decade.
Yeah, boy. You already know, boy. It's time to reinvent ourselves. New decade, new me, bro.
Yeah,
you already
last
know.
10 years were just
I don't know her.
Sorry, Mario. Your boyfriend's about to be a bit different this year.
I'm gonna be a little thotty now, bro.
Maybe you shouldn't be a little potty. Or else there are consequences. You thought? Oh my god.
Alright, guys. Let's just, first of all, give a formal hello.
Hi.
Hi.
This is 2020.
Hi.
This year, a lot of playlists. Oh, that's what I'll add to the to-do list. We created a kind of general to-do list. I'm gonna make some playlists. And this will be the first one on the 2020 season. So.
Okay.
Yes.
What's up? Hello. If you haven't listened to us before, we are from the old decade, the decade of the past. If our schedule works out and nothing goes wrong, which it hasn't gone wrong yet, we will have this episode go up on the 1st. So this is literally the first thing we're gracing the internet with.
With our presence.
So if you're my kid listening from this from like 20 years in the future, dude, your mom's a thought. No, I'm just playing. Whoa. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Yeah, I'm just
No, you
kidding. I'm
can't say
kidding.
that
I'm
especially.
kidding.
What if I'm not with you?
Dang.
I don't know.
Then the show's gonna be awkward.
It's like shit.
Yeah, it's just my coworker.
Oh God. Yeah.
No, I would not.
My ex-classmate.
Stop. We had one
That's
class.
even worse.
We
Yeah.
only had one class together, and look at us now.
Yeah.
Dope. We're
Okay.
dope.
I will
No.
also say that if you watched the episode from last year, we are recording it still the same day.
Yeah.
Took a little break from that one. What did we do? Mario drew.
I just bullshitted.
Shit.
And,
Really did.
and I showed Angelo Jedi, so that's
Yo.
pretty much it.
Dope.
Yeah, and I also have a feeling this is going to be, if not the last one of the last ones where we kind of have this specific format. And what I mean by that is like how we have set this up, like physically. I feel like this will be the last time because for this 2020 season, I'm trying to go a little hard.
Yes.
Super close to buying that audio mixer, which will be nice because I have 3 microphones here and we have 3 hosts, and I can
Yes.
finally utilize all of my equipment
Yes.
for once. That'll be nice. It'll still be a problem when we have a guest, but we'll improvise.
Maybe more video content.
A lot more video content.
Yep.
The thing I have upcoming, there's a show I have planned, but even if we were to film it tomorrow, I know that it's not going to come out till probably like February, just because the show, the idea I have in mind, takes a whole lot of editing, and I have an editor lined up for it. So a lot of... Excuse me, people are taking out trash. What do they think it is? Thursday or something?
It's not.
It's not. Anyways.
Oh my God.
What
are you
wait,
doing?
what kind of content is gonna be on this show?
But what should they
Are you talking about the
expect?
show I'm talking about?
Yes.
They
So,
should expect.
Well, do you know specifically what I'm talking about?
Gaming?
No.
No. Sketches?
It's the art show.
Ooh,
art show.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll give a hint. It's called Art Imitation.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
I have
yes,
a
yes,
logo
yes,
drawn
yes.
for it. I'll show you
Yes,
guys in a
yes.
second. But yes, it's gonna be, that show is gonna take a lot because I'm actually for real trying to go hard on that show. It's gonna be not like a classic YouTube show where everything's kind of free, you know. Even like this podcast, while we do have a semi format, we do kind of just like improvise the whole thing. We never really talk
It's not
about
really formal.
yeah, we never really talk about what we're going to talk about before the podcast starts. But for this show, it's definitely going to be
A lot more structured,
for sure, a lot more structured, and also just
more consistent.
it'll just be edited down a lot more.
Uh-huh.
You know, I mean, it won't be an hour long essentially.
Yeah.
It'll be like 10 to 15 minute episodes that are going to be filled with some haha laughs.
Yay.
Laughter.
Yes.
Laugh track.
Also, this is gonna okay.
Dude, we're
Fucking
our
laugh
own
tracks.
laugh track.
Yeah, we
Stop.
laugh at our own jokes.
Yeah, that's great.
Pretty much.
They'll never know.
Yeah, they will.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Really play our laughs side by side. Here's the audience, like live studio audience, and then here's our laughs.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
It's literally just gonna edit it. But yeah,
Oops.
2020.
Crazy.
Damn, bro. Where do we begin?
And honestly, where do we begin?
I'm kind of clueless.
Should we have like a reflection of like best of the 2010s?
Oh sure.
Yeah?
Oh,
very
that's
wholesome.
cool.
That's
So
wholesome.
it started 2010. Where were you?
Oh my god.
I was 11.
Grade, if possible.
I
We're
don't
all a
know.
year between the 3 of us. It's just a year
Yeah, 1, 2,
apart.
3, like in a row. Yeah.
I was, I guess I was 12.
You were in 8th. You were about to go to high school.
I know. I'm in
I think so, yeah.
2012? 2010.
2010. Yeah, that's what we said.
You're about to go to high school?
Yeah, I was 11.
Oh, I was
He
13. I was 13.
You were 12.
Oh.
Were you not born in 98? 2010 minus 98 is 12.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. Oops. I literally did not think of that.
Yes, you're 12. Or you were 12 at the time, yeah.
I guess, yeah, 6th grade
Yep,
/ 7th grade.
Yeah,
Puberty.
in there somewhere. Puberty's starting to creep his little head up and say, hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Hey.
Yeah, I got my first
You look kinda
pubes
Yeah?
and shit. Just
What was
kidding.
your first, like, what was your sexual
Sign.
awakening?
Oh.
Who
Sexual.
was your sexual awakening? Let's say that.
Damn.
Was it
my
like
God.
an actor?
In 2010?
What do you mean, like
I'm not
first
talking about
boner?
Tiny Tay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like who was the girl? Who was the girl that made you
Awakened
go
you.
from like you're an innocent boy to I want to touch that girl? You know what I'm saying?
I think my sexual awakening was like even before 2010s. I think I was like,
yeah, for sure.
I was like in
Really?
4th or 5th grade, and then I was
Yeah.
like looking at hentai.
It was hentai?
Yeah.
That was your awakening?
Hentai on
Damn,
Newgrounds.
bro, you're so like damn,
Do
bro.
What?
you know what's crazy?
Huh.
I didn't realize what I was drawing was considered hentai until...
You were drawing hentai?
Okay, I could explain. It was the 6th grade.
Nothing to explain. Oh, okay, that's a little worse.
Not really. Okay, there's this guy. He won't know this. His name is... Let's just label him as
Yeah,
Andrew.
Give him a different name. Okay.
Andrew.
Andrew. WK.
So
Andrew Jackson.
always... This is 6th grade. He was wearing a very graphic shirt that had like a lady on
A
it
big
with
white wig.
Ew.
with boobs on
Ew,
it.
up
That
I.
looked like it was like graffiti or whatever. But he knew that I could draw. So he was like, yo, Mario, you want to draw me a girl with big boobs? And I'm like, okay, sure. And I was like, buy me lunch. and we would always hang out after in the library behind the school. And as we were doing homework, whatever, he would like get me a snack, and I would
Draw him.
he
girls with
would
boobs.
he would pick yeah, literally.
But that.
No, wait.
Okay.
He would just, I'm like, okay, what kind of photo?
Oh my god.
And then we would go on the computer, Google search, animate girl with boobs, and I was like, hey, can you draw her?
You do that
Oh
at
my
school?
God.
No, not at school, but like at the library.
Yeah, so at school.
So at school?
Not the school's library.
Oh.
You were at a city library in like 5th grade?
6th grade.
Okay.
Yes, because it's right behind the school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
It's like
That's
walking.
fine.
It's like literally a path.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
Yeah, so that was my 6th.
Honestly, like every preteen is, they're obsessed with every preteen boy is obsessed with boobs, dude.
Boobs, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I don't think
Why?
I think like becoming an ass man is like, it's like it takes some time. So
We
yeah,
should be done with this conversation.
and
I was
also.
gonna add more.
ahead,
Yeah,
go ahead.
say your part and then we'll move on. 'Cause I'm
I
not
just
trying
think
to.
it's funny about the whole
17 minutes.
the fight, the preference between like the boobs and the butt thing, and how it was seen that having bigger boobs were a better thing, especially
know.
in
I don't think so.
no, well, at least from my
Like a
experience,
general
the general
perspective.
perspective is
Go on
that
the
if you have
internet.
nicer, what's quoted as nicer boobs is that they're bigger and not flat.
You're a fool if you think that.
Or
You're a
whatever.
goddamn
So I
fool.
remember specifically in middle school, I would catch girls, and I almost wanted to do it too, but I didn't want to.
Double bra?
Not double bra, but just like
Stuffing.
wanting to stuff.
Yeah.
And I was
Ah.
like, oh, because I want to feel like a woman, and I want it to be like attractive and cute or whatever.
The female sexual
honestly,
awakening.
honestly.
Yeah,
that's-
when
that's-
really that's just like altering how I look, and
Ah.
that's not right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, in the adult world, if you do want to do that, like enhance yourself, go ahead.
Go
It's not.
ahead,
There's
dude,
nothing wrong with
but-
that.
You know,
Yeah.
personally, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
So.
Do whatever you want.
More of a face guy.
I'm more of a personality guy
Yeah,
myself, ladies.
more
By
of
the
a-
way, my DMs are open, so.
Yeah, more of a hair man myself.
You know what? Actually, I'm actually a lack of hair, man. Cancer patients,
Yes.
They
my
rock.
hotline bling.
They rock.
Hotline bling. Okay, but honestly, when I said
Rock
like
hand.
reflection of the 2010s, I meant like, oh, let's go by like each
Oh, right,
kind
that's what
of media or whatever,
Sorry,
and
I
then
got distracted.
the best of and the worst of. So like,
I don't know if I want to do that.
Oh,
Just
really?
do best.
Worst of?
Bro, can we stick with best?
the best. Okay, let's stick with the best.
Pause you vibe.
Best. Let's say movie
Of 2010 to
of the
2020?
2010s.
Holy shit,
Don't,
dude.
don't. Okay, not stick to one, but
This
like,
feels like a whole video I could make on its own.
This is
Stick-
really
Yeah,
hard. Can we
hold
make
on,
it
hold on.
a little bit simpler, please?
just name drop some few that like
Oh,
stood out to you.
2010?
okay, so just name really
Yeah,
good-
not like a definitive boom.
In
just like
2010 or in the 2010s?
2010.
in the 2010s. In the 2010s.
I-
Yeah, we're not gonna do it year by year. No.
Oh god.
2010s.
I
Alright,
need to look at a list, literally.
Couple classics that are thrown in there. Arrival comes to mind,
Mhm.
2016, so that was kind of like halfway through the 2010s.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it cool that like we were just around in a decade where Star Wars came back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the 80s and then the late 90s and now the 2010s. So very lucky for that. That was cool. Oh god, everyone's on their phone.
Okay, I literally looked up
just trying to look up
popular 2010s movies just to get a feel because
I mean, yeah.
because I can't fathom how many movies have been released. If the past couple episodes we talked about our favorite movies from 2016 to till now, but not considering before 2016.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time remembering and just like trying to think what's popular, and the first one was Mad Max.
Okay, you don't have to list them out.
I know, but I'm looking at them.
Yeah.
Like
Just
rethinking.
say
Moonlight.
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street probably.
Lady Bird.
Lady Bird is 2017.
Yes.
I think Wolf of Wall Street is like 2012, 2013.
You liked La La Land.
I liked it. I mean, it's whatever now. I really like Boyhood. I don't know. I like what's it called? Coming of age movies. Just because I'm in that stage. Or
You
still,
Spider-Man.
Oh, well, Spider-Verse? No.
Best of
Not
2010.
best of. Not
Okay.
best of.
Oh no, best. I just liked it.
Hold on. Okay, now that's a different topic. Now we're talking about
I can't choose.
the best of movies. Oh, we went to what's the best, then the best of, and then just movies you like, which is just an infinite list.
I cannot pick.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of great movies. Interstellar came out this decade.
I didn't realize Moonrise Kingdom came out in 2012.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Let's see. I mean, there's a lot of great movies out there. But
Whiplash.
Scott Pilgrim.
Oh my fucking god!
that
How
was
could
this
I forget?
decade?
2010.
Nice. Just by the
What? Like,
margin.
really?
Yes, friend. Scott Pilgrim's.
Versus the World.
2010.
Scott Pilgrim.
That's like
Oh my lord.
life.
That is the movie. Yeah, that is the movie.
Movie of your life.
It is definitely one of them. Yeah.
But I really like Whiplash. I don't know.
The Florida Project.
Yeah, I'll leave it to like Whiplash, Lady Bird, Boyhood, Scott
Adventure
Pilgrim.
stuff.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Marvel movies.
Yeah,
I don't think any Marvel movie should be on the best of the decade list.
Oh,
I can't think.
Avatar.
James
blue-
Cameron's.
the blue people.
That movie's in the long run. That
Yeah,
movie's
How do you feel
Yeah,
about
it was
Life of
overhyped.
Pi?
Life of
It was
Pi's-
nice. I mean, yeah, it was nice.
It's also another like it's fine. It I think the like where those movies excel is on the first viewing. Then after that, it just like is not as good. So yeah.
I'm gonna leave it to those four that I said.
What?
Lady Bird.
Lady Bird, Boyhood, Whiplash,
Oh shit. Sorry.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, probably Scott Pilgrim, Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I could think about this decade.
Inception?
I'm not really that big of an Inception fan.
Yeah.
I like Interstellar.
Yeah.
So yeah. God, what a segment.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Parasite.
Parasite is good.
Let's just stick with those two.
I think the best movies this decade weren't even popular ones, to be honest with you. I think Lighthouse definitely deserves to be up there on like the best movie of the decade, which is that's a contender, and it's also made in like even though now those filmmakers have like money to make like a AAA film, they're still doing indie-ish films, which is good because those are the stories that actually concentrate on the story. The storytellers want to tell a story instead of just making that fucking money, dog. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, there's too much. I'm overwhelmed right now.
Overwhelmed.
Because I'm thinking of every genre.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I can't.
There you go.
I can't.
well, just name your favorite then. Okay.
Probably Scott Pilgrim or Lighthouse. Lighthouse is like a very close. It may even be. I think Lighthouse actually. Sorry, you just saw my whole mental process of me slowly switching.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lighthouse for sure. Robert
That's-
Pattinson and Willem Dafoe fucking rocking that movie. So
You know what I'm about to get to next.
what is this?
What?
Music.
Of the decade?
Of the decade.
Oh God, is this gonna be this podcast?
God, I'm overwhelmed.
Okay. No. Okay, so here's the thing. I think movies are a bit more objective than music is. It's easier to tell a bad movie than a bad song, you know?
Okay, so like your top.
Exactly.
Your personal
that's
top.
what I was gonna say. Is that
Can we just pick top artists?
if you want to?
Sure,
Get
yeah.
closer.
Honestly, yeah.
Top. I should have been in the middle. Sorry. Top artists and song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Go ahead.
I'm overwhelmed.
Go ahead and do whatever
Oh
you
no,
want.
you guys go first.
Top artist. I mean, just by pure listening hours, it probably would look like Brockhampton, but I don't think that's my top artist of the decade. Frank Ocean went hard this decade, so probably that guy. Yeah. Frank Ocean. Who else went super hard? Who else had a near perfect decade, which not a lot of people do. Like, even the people who you think had like a great decade, I think there are sometimes you can pick out like parts that are bad of them. So yeah. Kendrick Lamar also had a dope decade.
Yeah.
His albums were great. So
yeah, I think for me, like, this decade for me was like super consumed by rap.
Welcome back. Sorry, we had a mic error. What were we saying?
All right, yeah, I think the 2010s for me has just, like, music-wise has been defined by rap music. I definitely wasn't super into rap in the 2000s, but 2010s definitely took over. It started with Odd Future, especially just Tyler, the Creator, and Childish Gambino. They both kind of kicked the decade off with, like, Childish came out with Camp in like 2011.
Oh my God.
I think Tyler came out with Goblin 2011 too.
That was a great time.
Yeah, I mean, like, and if you look at those artists, they are still like, they just continue to grow. They they didn't plateau or anything. It's just continuous growth,
They've
which
had a
is
near perfect decade.
Yeah, so their decade has been pretty fucking well, and I'm kind of glad I just kind of stayed consistent with them and kept listening. Also, Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean's like my favorite artist.
When do you think like Chance the Rapper was sprinkled in there? Like
2013.
Acid Rap?
2013, yeah. I definitely listened to Acid Rap before 10 Day, and then I was like, oh, again, a new appreciation.
And then you listened to 10 Day,
yeah. And then Coloring Book was still pretty good. It was just not as, great as I wanted it to be.
I feel like the three Chance mixtapes are like the original trilogy Star Wars. The first one everybody considers to be near perfect. The second one is even better than the first one.
Somehow.
And then the third one's kind of like, right. Return of the Jedi is just kind of, it's there. It exists. So yeah.
And he ended this decade pretty bad. But, we'll just...
talk shit about the big day one more time.
Hey, okay, so like objectively music-wise, it's just like, what are you doing, bro?
What you doing?
But, I mean...
If you like him.
Yeah, like, sometimes you get married, and that overwhelming feeling of love just kind of, like, causes you to fuck this music shit, man. I just love my wife, and record a whole album
love
about
my
it.
Wife.
A whole album about it. But
they fucking signed him, and they said, "What's the first thing you want to make, Chance?"
My wife.
He said, "I'm about to make an album about my fucking wife, and my kid, dog."
Yeah.
So
that's cute.
Yeah.
Except for it sounds like an album made by a dad, so.
Wasn't that Gambino's album?
What?
About his kid.
It's about his kid, but I mean, it's pretty well.
Yeah, I was gonna say
well curated. Yeah.
The big day is just like, I'm married. Do you get it, dude? I'm married. Hey, dude, I'm married. And
Gambino's was nice.
Yeah, Gambino's was an actual album.
I'm glad to say that out of the three out of the many top artists I have, I was able to witness two of them live. All we're missing is Frank Ocean, because we saw Gambino live, and that was, oh my god. Right. And Tyler.
Yeah,
Tyler tours a lot, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how artists make their money.
Yes.
Because CDs are non-existent.
Apparently not Frank though, because
CDs nuts.
Yeah.
But Coachella.
Yeah.
But when is Frank? Even when CDs were popping, I think if CDs were still around, he wouldn't still be like. I think we would still see him as rare as we do now.
He got that money by finessing Apple Music, bro. He got that 20 mil, bro.
He did get finessed them hard.
Yes.
He said, "Look, man, I'm not gonna be accepting these shitty ass contracts." And they said, "Please."
I'm gonna slide you this fake album, Endless, which is still pretty fucking good, but it's not the real shit that he's gonna make money off of.
Yeah.
He's gonna make money off of that motherfucking blonde.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and also, correction, it wasn't. He got the money from Apple Music,
Right.
but he finessed Def Jam. He finessed Def Jam. Yeah.
The label?
Yeah, the label. Yeah.
But Frank.
Yeah.
So good.
All right.
He's
What?
pretty good, yeah.
Music, you.
Music?
Yes.
What do you mean?
You know, just
Top artist.
Top.
The thing he did.
It's oh god, I'm such a weeb.
No, do it.
Why
Say
is
it.
There are literally way worse people out here.
I know, it's just that it's so weird how normal it is now. That
Talk
in
your
the first half of the decade, I was being made fun of for liking this type of shit, and now it's kind of part of the
Mainstream.
culture. And it's like, stand me now. Like, fucking bitch, you used to make fun of me, saying, oh, they all look the same. Fuck.
Oh, so you have specifically seen people who made fun of you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Like, literally from, I guess, when I got into it, kind of, sort of, in 2010, up until now.
Oh, okay.
And by the time I finally graduated high school, now people start to think, oh, this music is cool, when really they just never listened to it because it's in a different language.
Yeah.
Right.
And how they look, but didn't listen to it. And that's what like, kind of hurts me. But whatever.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Kinda hurts you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to like not know about it or just kind of, you know, not pay attention to it just because it is another language. But it's another thing to like make fun of people who listen to it or
that's
make
pretty
fun
shitty.
of the genre, and then when it's popular, switch over to it. Yeah.
That literally happened to me my
Goddamn,
senior
bro.
year.
Damn.
Like at first, because yes, the whole meme or whatever of standing BTS, stream them, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I was made fun of for liking them, and then next, you know, when I graduate, all the people who made fun of me of it were now going to their concerts and like telling me all about it. I'm just like, damn, like you really made fun of me, and look at you now.
Yeah.
Look at you now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say, I guess my top artist, of course, I already said it, but like BTS, whatever. Just because I was a pretty hardcore fan when they first came out in 2013. It's already, and it's now 2020.
Yeah.
So it's a long time.
Yeah.
And the other one is a Japanese artist, Lisa. If you haven't heard of her, she's a solo Japanese female artist that you probably have heard her songs in a lot of anime intros.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love her so much. And of course, after kind of transitioning out of quote unquote weeby, I guess, that's when I started getting angsty. And
Do you mean, when you say weeb, you mean like J-rock or?
yeah, J-rock and K-pop. Because
Okay.
growing
Just
up,
Asian music.
K-pop isn't weeby. That's Korea boo.
yeah, it's just that a lot of people around me didn't tell me they liked it until I opened up about it first. So everyone like kind of
Yeah.
put that one title on me for a bit,
Yeah.
and it just made me feel awkward talking about it in person.
Yeah.
And I relied on the internet to talk about that type of music. But when I got angsty a little bit, that's when I started listening to rap.
Yeah.
It's not really angsty. It's
God,
just like a
angsty.
different side of me. That's all.
Yeah.
That and yeah, that's pretty much
Nice. Yeah, I think I had not music wise, but I just think in general I had the opposite like experience this decade or this past decade now. Ooh, look at that.
it. Ooh.
When it comes to like things that I was into because I was into obviously video games a lot when I was young. Like that's kind of all I did. And I got junk for it too. But then I think I remember where my experience differs from you is like when I finally saw that the internet was kind of making like gaming blow up in like a way it never blew up before. I kind of saw that as like a positive thing, but I think it's just because I think you also brought it up in what you were saying. You were saying that like, oh, a lot of people didn't even like acknowledge it until you brought it up to them, and then they felt comfortable enough to like open up like their feelings about that kind of music. And I think that's what the internet did for like video games, because if you were just like a gamer, you know, before like Twitter essentially, it kind of was like a shitty experience, like because your main source of info for new games wasn't like news or YouTube, because before nobody gave a fuck.
That's true.
So then I had to like have a subscription to Game
Informer. Yep.
I had to what's it called? I just had to like there's a new cheat or something that was discovered, there was no internet to
forums
to figure out what cheat. So really the like fun came from you talking to your friends and being like, guys, I tried this, it didn't work. I tried this, it did work, and then like just kind of going back and forth.
Yeah.
And then once the internet blew up and kind of made gaming a regular thing, it's annoying to see people who generally like, I wouldn't even say like from your perspective like look down on it. I just mean people who just don't even like acknowledge it, and because of the internet now they do. Mm-hmm. And that is at times it makes you feel a bit shitty, but for some reason like it just doesn't bother me too much, and I think it's because like because I get a certain joy from video games, and if it like brings other people joy, then I'm in no right to stop them, right? Because like I remember people trying to stop me and how that made me feel shitty.
Yeah.
So then like when new people are getting into it, even if they're getting into it just because it's popular, like sure, it's like okay, I'll take it with a grain of salt, because you're not truly like, you know, into it because like you're into it because it's popular. But still, if you're getting some joy out of it, I don't really care.
It's just me being petty though.
I think it's the thing with like music, how you want to kind of, even though they are an artist that you want to support and eventually want to see grow, there's that like thing in the back of your head that's like, no, I want this artist for myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely true, especially when you hop on artists who like haven't even reached their peak yet. Like I can't even imagine being a Billie Eilish fan before she blew up.
Yeah.
Like that must make you feel weird as fuck, because now she's like mega popular.
Yeah.
Like above like a regular like pop artist. She's way above that. She's making millions.
That's literally me with BTS.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, and it's not the same thing with games where it's like, yo, dude, this fucking game is so underrated. I don't want anyone
Shut
to
up,
know
Mario.
about this. I don't want anyone to know about this game, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's like
it's not really.
In
the
fact,
same
if
thing.
anything, I think that's why. It's because it's opposite. It makes you want to share the game.
Also, you can play with them. Yeah.
Yeah, you want people to see why this dumb little thing makes you happy. And
Yeah.
I think I'm very fortunate to live in an age that like accepts this nerdy way of thinking a bit more. Because dude, I'm into the like stupidest movies. I'm into the stupidest games. All this stupid fantasy stuff. But it's like now I feel it's a bit normalized. Like I think without the internet, my room would still look the same. I'd still have the same posters I have up. But like I'm now okay with talking to people about superheroes and stuff. Like because before that just was not cool, especially when superheroes weren't on the big screen yet. That was unfortunate. That was the dark times, because I was like, guys, look at this comic, and they're like, is that a fucking coloring book, you fucking nerd? And I'm like, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me in middle school when we had like reading time or AR reading.
Oh right.
But
AR.
there was manga in the library, and I
Right.
wanted to read it, and then some people were like, "That's not reading.
That's not reading. That's
Did
more pictures in there.
did your teachers have anything to say about it? Were they okay with it?
No, dude.
Well, my teachers were okay with it.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just the other classmates that were competing with the AR points and like, look at you, I'm finishing the whole Harry Potter
yeah,
series.
Yeah.
Or
And
Twilight.
then you're like, damn, you're going fucking harder. I'm reading.
Like,
I'm
good
just
for
reading.
you. Look at all those words, but I like this. So
Yeah.
don't.
Dude,
don't
I'm
judge
just
me.
out here reading Flat Stanley, bro.
No, I thought you were gonna say Diary from Wimpy Kid.
Oh, dude, I was Diary of a Wimpy
I
Kid
have the whole
stan,
series
bro.
in my
Yep.
closet right
Yep.
there.
Which one? Oh wait.
Dude, the original book, the first one that came out,
Red?
I saw it the red one.
Like blue.
I saw it
Roger rules.
when it was in the book fair. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna steal this
Yeah,
shit.
no, dude, that's
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, bro, I
yes,
stole
yes.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Scholastic book fair,
Okay,
man.
here's the thing, bro.
Yeah.
When they're like
Dude, I stole it.
center, my elementary school center never gave us a heads up about that shit.
Yeah.
They never were like, yeah, guys, tomorrow's the Scholastic book fair, so bring like $2.
And it's on a
with you."
Friday.
And I'm just like.
And
And
then,
so I come to school and they're like, yeah, this book fair's here. And I'm just like, dude, I didn't bring any money. I'm like 10. I'm not thinking about money. Like, I don't
Yeah.
have money on me.
I think of Scholastic Book Fair, I literally think of the smell of that thin paper catalog.
Right,
that
yeah,
would
you're
make
right,
you, like,
you're right.
circle
Yeah.
out, and I would always want all the planners. And I remember buying my first planner by selling those squishy animals that you get on the machine thingies.
Yeah, you're right.
And I saved up enough. I can't believe I sold. It was selling those things because I asked my grandma to buy them for me.
Yeah.
But as I collected them, I bought my first journal that was Lisa and Frank.
Ooh.
Oh,
Pretty proud of that.
nice.
Sick.
Look at
I
that.
think the major hitters in the book fair were
Or
that-
world record.
yeah, exactly.
Guinness Book of World Record.
Guinness Book of World Record, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and those motherfucking
Are you gonna say it?
Pokédexes.
Yep, I knew you were gonna say it. I was like, is this about to be the time? Okay, by the way, I also know that schools, the education system, the government hands that to the states. So sorry if you don't relate
Yeah,
to this. This
honestly.
may purely be a California thing,
Yeah.
but this is what we did. Also, you know what was nationwide? Fucking Smensels, bro.
Yo.
You fuck with Smensels, dude. I remember like my first one was the root beer one, and I popped in. I was like,
Root beer one goes hard. Yeah. This shit is
shit.
crack. Yeah, they had Smensel dispensers in my.
They did.
I think they had it in
Yeah.
Golden West in the middle school.
Because you used to have to go up to the office lady and like
Can I
pay
get
it,
one?
but then they just put a dispenser out there. They're like, "Don't talk to us.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
put
I
your
didn't have that.
put your money in there." Yeah, they gave us a dispenser.
Smensels?
Smensels? You didn't have Smensels?
I mean, we did, but not as a vending machine.
I mean, it was.
Also, they were made of recycled materials.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like shredded cardboard that they would like compress down and then they add the little smelly thing to it.
All I remember is the pencils that if you rub really hard, it changes into different colors.
Mhm.
Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, like if it was yellow, it turned into purple.
Huh?
Blue to pink. Or
Isn't that a little anti-like productive though? Because
I
if you're
don't
just like
know.
coloring, you're like, fuck, it's
Well,
switching.
I remember literally in the
Oh, as you write, the color is different, or the actual pencil
actual
itself.
pencil,
Oh,
you
okay,
have to
okay.
go like that.
So you have to shake
Not
it.
shake it, but like rub
It's probably
it.
like some heat thing to it.
Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. It changes colors.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that shit.
I was
That's
thinking of
crazy.
like blendy pens.
Yep.
What
Blend
was
pens
is
go hard.
that? Wait, do you remember that commercial where it changed it when you write? It looks like a rainbow.
Yeah, it's blendy
Yes.
pens. You touch
Yeah,
them
that's
blendy
together.
pens, yeah.
But like once you touch them, it fucks it up. It,
It
fucks
does.
the whole
It
thing
does.
up.
Wait, this is so random, but I was obsessed with it in elementary school. Do you remember moon sand?
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit was
That
messy.
thing that's essentially
That was so fun though.
isn't it like the same material as like just the shit they sell on the pier in San Francisco?
I think so.
So there's this stand out right outside Pier 39. Like you walk out and then like you're walking down the sidewalk and you know there's like that big that store that has like you know those little tiny propeller fans or whatever. Like a lot of that art around it. If you go in, they have like essentially moon sand. It's just like the sand that you could like, ew, look, it's like not acting like normal sand.
Yeah.
Pretty much, like that was the appeal. Whoa, cool, and that's it. Like it wasn't like it didn't mold, it didn't like hold its form. So like even if you made something, it would just be like, oh god.
It just falls
So,
apart.
Yeah.
Sorry, I really liked moon sand.
Yeah, moon sand goes hard. All right, man. You know what? How
Now
about
like,
you tell me
oh
what's your plans for 2020, dude?
yeah, I was about to say that. Look forward to the future.
All right, let's look forward to the future. We have about 10 minutes left on
Yeah,
this pod, so
honestly,
let's fucking
yes.
do it. So, Angelo, what's the move? January 1st is right now. What is
January
on
1st.
your to-do list?
Bro, it's gonna be my last fucking semester, bro.
Oh shit.
Last semester.
January through May is the grind.
Of college. And it's also gonna be easy because I only got one class. I mean, it's not gonna be easy because I still have to work hard for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, one class, and I have to tutor underclassmen. Besides that, I'm gonna be looking for like actual jobs
Yeah,
and maybe
adult
like
jobs.
internships and things. But
Are you
this
gonna make the move?
this is something that I've shared with both of you off pod.
Here we go.
This is it.
I just in the nick of time, just in the end of 20 of the decade, I kind of figured out what I want to do with my. I'm talking so loud. I figured out what I want to do with my life, or like at least like a full-time career that I can see myself doing and being happy with. So I've talked a lot about like fashion before, and it's kind of
Oh yeah, episode 10 is
Yeah.
the art of fashion.
yeah, it's kind of like
Go check that out.
yep, nice.
Nice. From the last decade.
Yeah. Can what's it called? Yeah, and it would be nice to like start my own like brand one day. Like a own like clothing brand, whether it's streetwear or like actual like high quality fashion or whatever.
You should make like unisex wear.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. But I mean, I told you this, Rylan, like I think both of you guys were in the car, but if I like make clothes, that's kind of like making art and selling it, and that
Right.
the what's it called, the success of that, half of it depends on me, on how much I work, but also it depends on the consumer side. So there is a risk of it that it can just totally fail, like no one's gonna like it.
Yeah, in order to make shirts, you have to spend money, and then you get paid back by selling those shirts.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah. But I think I found like a sustainable way, or like a personally sustainable way of like a stable job that still kind of is in the field of fashion or like just clothing in general. And I think I want to start my own clothing manufacturing company. So that would mean having my own warehouse / factory, an office, hiring workers, like pattern makers, designers, and like cutters and sewers, and then like investing in the capital, like sewing machines, threads, fucking the tables that you just work on, pretty much all of that. And then instead of marketing myself into consumers who want to buy clothes, I would be marketing myself to companies who want to make clothes. So it's going to be a business to business,
B2B.
Yeah, business to business relationship. I don't know. That's something that I really want to work towards.
You about to bust down Walmart's door and be like, yo, bitch.
Yeah.
I know you want these on your fucking racks.
Yeah. But that does take a lot of like investment and capital. So I mean, I'm still gonna look for like a normal job first.
Oh yeah.
Gather enough like
Funds.
Yeah, funds from that, and yeah, it's really just nice to like have something that I know I want to do.
Yeah, and even if it's not like because a lot of people look at plans and then they see that there's not like a step-by-step process and then get like scared of it. But you know what, dude? It's fucking life.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's how we've lived up till now, and that's how we will continue.
Yes. So that's not even like for this next decade, but just like life from now on. Yeah, I'm kind of just working towards that goal.
What if you make it a hard decade cutoff? You're like, yeah, guys, so I'm going to close my manufacturing in 2030. Sorry.
Yeah.
They're like, why, sir? Are we going under? You're like, no, I said in 2020 I was going to do this, and I did it, so
yeah.
That's pretty much
time for me to move on to the next.
See you later, guys.
Yeah. What about you, Raggy?
Big plans.
Yes.
Gonna start pursuing a lot of the stuff I've wanted to, because for the past 4 years, 3 years right now. By the time I get plans moving, probably 4 years. Because I spent the last 4 years kind of in like a stagnation role. I was kind of just doing what I had to do, and at times it wasn't even that. It was just doing things because I was doing it. Moved to Arizona, wasted a year of my life. It was really fun. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I'm back 2020. I'm just going to focus on all of my goals, and I've kind of accepted that I'm going down a path that's going to be pretty hard. I mean, like, financial-wise, not, like, physically. I'm not joining the military. But
going to war.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to join the Space Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just mean, like, I guess I'm just going to be pursuing the things that I want to get out of life, because I've realized that, like, life is just too short to be meandering around anymore. Mm. And I don't think that meandering is necessarily a bad thing, even. If like, that's what you need to do in life, if you just need to take some time to just have no plans, like, go to sleep without setting an alarm, it's the best feeling in the world, you know? So
if you're gonna meander though, meander with a purpose.
Yeah, or meander, or like if you need to meander because you're like healing, then
healing.
Do that. Yeah, like you're still doing something,
Yeah.
even though it may seem like on the surface you're not doing anything. So that's kind of what these past 4 years have been. And, like on paper, to a lot of like my family and my friends, it seems like I've done nothing, which sucks because I've worked really hard, but it just seems like I've done nothing. So oh well. But yeah, gonna just focus on a lot more things that make me happy. I did make like a little bit of a sad-ish announcement on Twitter that yes, my contract with Broadcast GG has ended, and I've decided not to renew it for now. So the next season of Open Division is kind of not my worry, and it's been in my mind for 2 years. And for 2 years, I thought about what's the next thing that's happening in the season. What's the next season gonna bring? And Open Division is in this will be like its 5th or 6th official season, even though it's technically like its 10th season. Sorry, hear that? If you hear that, that's Travis Air Force Base right there, baby. But yeah, so I'm gonna start concentrating on a lot of things I'm doing. I know it's sad I'm taking my foot off the pedal on casting because that's where I've met a lot of friends. Like 80% of my Twitter followers on my professional account is people who knew me from casting. So that is a bit of sad news, but I'm pursuing a lot of things that I want to pursue. For sure, writing a book this year. I don't know, like if you want like the super honest truth, I hope this extends into a series that I want to make. I'm not gonna tell you the exact number, but a couple of books after. But I've also am writing the story to be a standalone story. So if that's just what happens, that's what happens. There's also a train going by at the same time, so this is good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be pursuing voice acting, writing. I'm gonna like actually legitimately turn my life around, which is a hard task, but you know what, bro?
Yo.
I've been waiting for 2020 to fucking do it anyway. Because in
Yes.
November, I think like my body was officially ready to like take a next step forward, and then I was like, yeah, but that's just gonna bring on more anxiety to me. So for December, I'm gonna chill. And I did chill. I mean, I threw fucking a lot of parties, so that was tiresome. But other than that, I chilled. And I'm ready for 2020. When that shit hits, I'm gonna be sprinting. So I'm gonna just make up for all the time that people thought I was doing nothing. Yeah. What about you, Maria? Oh, sorry. Did you
I just wanted to say that I saw all of your progress, man.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm very proud.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see what you do in the future.
Thank you, man. That's
Yeah.
very nice. And actually, you know what, dude? When I don't know if you remember. Sorry, Mario. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I don't know if you remember. We had that road trip where we got lost.
Yes.
You talked about art for like fashion, like designing clothes and stuff for like 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
That's when I knew. I was like, dude, that's what he wants to do. Because I want to, you know, I've heard you say the whole like I'll just get a job in econ somewhere, and I said, that's fine. That's definitely like the way to go to get money, but I know you want to do something.
Yes.
I'm glad you found the thing you want to do.
Yes.
Mario.
I want to.
Oh, are we adjusting?
I'm a quiet girl again.
It's okay.
God damn.
Go ahead.
2020. I think I've said this before, but this is the year where it's the first time I'm kind of clueless
Right.
going into, just because 2019 worked out so great and
Yeah.
according to plan. I knew exactly where I needed to be from the beginning of the year, mid to end.
Right.
And here I am, already transitioned into university, and
Oh shit.
that's it.
That's still a big ass step.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I know at the end of 2020, I could get my degree and graduate. But other than that, I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I want. There's definitely a lot of things I want to do.
Right.
For example, opening up my own cafe with a good friend of mine.
Yeah, that's right.
But the thing is, I've been also just trying to explore myself with all this free time that I have by allowing myself to write more, to draw more, which I'm definitely investing more time in.
I know, honestly. It's been like a huge slingshot since the show started.
Yeah, ever since this podcast started, it allowed me to just even create the logo, and just getting
Hear that shit.
my iPad notepad and the pencil, got $10 Procreate app. It gave me a lot of room to just mess around and to enjoy drawing again that I did in high school. So that's pretty fun. Other than that, it's not like the other two where you see a goal in terms of career or just your life in general, but for me, I think it's my way of thinking that as a mission in this year in 2020, where I want to just be a little bit more smart, and instead of recklessly spending money, I want to be able to not just recreate 2019, but to build off of it and create more experiences, because I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in previous episodes where 2019 has been a wholesome experience.
We can stop if you need.
Okay. Hello? Yes, Mom?
Almost
Are you
done.
calling me? By what? The stuff?
Yeah. We're gonna wrap it up after Mario's thing, and I know exactly what to.
Yeah,
give a little
not
intro.
the house though, but it's like cookies. We can still do it though. 23.
23andMe?
That's what I say.
Well, because
Dude, we should do that for a video. We should all do a 23andMe test for a video.
For the basket, and then
On my
balloons,
23rd birthday.
and then the. Yeah, I got everything.
Shit, let's get Chris to do it to me.
What do you
On
think he
Christmas.
is? Do you think he's like all Filipino? Or...
No, I think it's like Filipino, Spanish, and Portuguese.
You really think so?
He says Pereira is a Portuguese last
That's
name.
true. That's true. Sounds like Portuguese.
Yes. Okay, that's not the.
It'd be crazy if I had like some
Save
Japanese or
battery.
Chinese version.
Do you,
I can see a little bit of Chinese. No, I don't want anything. But I can see a little Chinese maybe. Just because of like my career. My mom's dad's last name.
Are you having
It's like
fun?
Hong.
oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, Long the last air?
Uh, 10. Okay. Good.
That's your mom's present. Just take it, because I don't know when we're.
Huh?
Like, Google Group Chat doesn't have a gift exchange date. And
What?
Last year we waited until
Yes.
New Year's to do it, and I don't want to wait that long.
Yes. Yes.
It's for both of you.
Yes.
If you want to open it on the pod. It's up to you.
Okay. Bye. Have fun.
All right, we're back. Sorry, Mario had a quick phone call.
Okay.
What were you saying?
Oh shoot. Well, I was saying that 2019 was a year.
I can take that from you if you
Sorry.
don't want.
2019 was super wholesome just because it just made me realize the type of relationships are in my life. It's just all I need. I don't need a lot of friends.
Right.
And with that, I also made some really dumb financial decisions in 2019. But in 2020, just because with the right group of people that I have curated and surrounded myself with, I want to also create more experiences, which is definitely more like adventuring, exploring, and that just means physically and mentally, you know. Yeah, I guess just exploring. I didn't really think about that literally until now about like myself and with others, but
That's
physically.
cool. That's a cool thing you've discovered last year, though. That's like a
Yeah.
neat thing you could always say, like, yeah, 2019 was the year I discovered that I just love traveling, you know?
Yeah.
This is kind of the move to do.
And friends, but a specific niche of friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, that was very cute, very wholesome episode. Let's just do one last cute thing and give a general thank you This is
Thanks,
the first
guys.
episode. Also, stay
Season
tuned, ladies
one.
and everybody. This is our long month because we have 5 episodes. So we have 4 more coming out after this month.
Oh,
The
that's
other
long.
the other months are easier. The next long month I think is April. Yeah, the next long month is April. So this is gonna be a long month, and if you guys want to stick around, you're gonna have 5 episodes this whole month, and that's a lot of episodes. So
Yes.
thanks guys for listening.
Season?
Season 1.
Season 1.
This is
Thanks.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Honestly, that's the biggest part. So.
Thank you, everybody.
Like the last thing I want to point out before we say goodbye. One thing Mario said was that because of the show, or one of the reasons she started drawing again, or like heavily drawing again, was because the show gave her like a creative outlet, and that's literally the whole goal I wanted when creating this. Because I have a creative outlet because I get to edit this. Angela has a creative outlet because you make music for it and you have to make art for it. So the show is all like creatively filling our needs while we're also pursuing our own goals, and that's why I think this
Oh,
podcast.
that's a nice line.
Yeah, it's also going to just be cool to see because the podcast now essentially is just a marker, because we've set out our goals. We've all said what we're going to go in 2020, right? And now the podcast will just be markers on like our journey to reach that goal, whether we, shift from it or
You
we
might
just stay
see
at the end.
vlogs from it.
Yeah, that's going to be more of a their channel thing, but it's linked on our channel. Just go to our channel, go to Jackie's House Podcast, and then go to the channels tab. It's there. Anyway, 2020. We're here. We're queer. I'm just kidding. None of us are queer.
I am.
Well, but like, you're in a straight relationship, so I mean,
Yeah. A lot of
Heterosexual.
people don't count it.
yeah, but
That's another episode.
Yeah, that's another
Let's
thing.
cut that. Hey guys,
People don't
Thanks for
acknowledge
watching.
me.
Invisibility, baby.
bye guys.
No one
Bye,
acknowledges
guys.
me.
2020.